Hey everybody, Kyle Goethe here from GoatFilmReviews.com and the Goat Film Reviews YouTube channel, and today we're unboxing another home video collection of mine. I just received this, actually pretty much a Christmas gift for my mom. She doesn't know what to get me as far as movies go, so oftentimes she'll just get me gift cards to various places, and happened to see a sale on this one, so we picked it up using the gift card money. So thanks again, Mom, for picking out such a peculiar set that I didn't think that you would want to pick out for me, which is Arrow Video's J Horror Rising. As you always know, I love Arrow Video, and if they have a horror set, I'm probably gonna own it. J Horror Rising is a collection of Japan's early horror films that, like, right before they popped and made their way over to the US with all the remakes and everything like that. This is a number of those films. I'm so excited to dive into this because there are 7 movies in here in total, and I have seen none of them. So this is a completely new experience for me, as well as I've not been somebody who was primarily interested in Japanese horror on the outset. You know, and part of it was that I saw all the kind of not so great remakes in America first. And so revisiting these franchises and these characters and these ideas where they originally were made has actually been pretty eye-opening for me, and it's made me appreciate these films a lot more than I normally have. Things like, you know, The Ring and The Grudge, and kind of the ones that kind of came stateside and then didn't do much with. So it makes me excited to dive into these 7 films. So we're going to go ahead and get this unboxed over there. Unboxing Kyle is getting ready. Go long. All right, we've got J Horror Rising from Arrow Video right here. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at the outside before we dive in. Again, this is 7 films. Lots of details on there, but it is on 4 discs. And there's what the individual films look like in their cases with the book. Let's go ahead and unwrap this beast. Again, there's nothing quite like getting a new Arrow Video set. So as you can see, we had some back matter there, a little bit of front matter. Again, a lot of people they like to keep these, they like to hold on to them. I don't. Life's too short. I don't know what I'm doing with that. And I don't plan on getting rid of it. So there's the set right there. Again, the outside, the back of it, the inside. We'll just go ahead and pull each individual film out of here and take a better look at them. And so the first one we have is on this disc. We have Shikoku and Isola Multiple Personality Girl. So 2 films on this first disc. From the producers of Ringu, and originally released on the same double bill as the sequels to the seminal original, Shikoku and Isola, Multiple Personality Girl, are 2 spine-tingling tales of that both epitomize and show very different facets of the turn-of-the-millennium boom in Japanese supernatural horror. A young woman, Hinako, returns to her rural birthplace after many years in Tokyo in Shunichi, Nagasaki's ghostly pastoral horror, Shikoku, set against the stunning landscapes of the smallest of the 4 main islands that make up Japan. Hinako arrives only to find that her best friend from childhood, Sayori, has died of drowning when she was just 16. Meanwhile, the island is hit by a spate of shrine desecrations, while the dead girl's mother, the local Shintoist priest, has embarked on the region's famous pilgrimage. But why is she walking backward? The aftermath of the devastating Kobe earthquake in 1995 creates fissures in the already fractured mind of a high school girl in Toshiyuki Mizutani's Isola Multiple Personality Girl, allowing an unwelcome intruder to set up home in her head. It is up to Yukari, a volunteer worker with psychic powers, to eke out which of her personas is the fake one. So that's the 2 films in this disc, and let's go ahead and see that we have a high-definition Blu-ray presentation of both films, original Japanese 5.1 and stereo audio for both films, optional English subtitles for both films, which I will need, a brand new audio commentary on Shikoku by Japanese cinema expert Tom Miss, brand new audio commentary on Isola by critics and Japanese cinema experts Jasper Sharp and Amber T. The Aftermath, Tom Miss discusses J-horror at the turn of the millennium. Something in the Water, a brand new interview with Shikoku director Shunichi Nagasaki. Archive interviews with director Shunichi Nagasaki and actors Chiaka Kuriyama and Yui Natsukawa on Shikoku. Archive interview with actors Yoshino Kimura and Yu Kurosawa on Isola. On-set footage of the filming of Shikoku, original trailers and TV spots for films, and image galleries for both. So the runtime for Shikoku is 100 minutes. And both films are in Japanese language with English subtitles, full color, and the runtime on Isola is 94 minutes. Again, that's what the front of it looks like. Let's go ahead and take a look inside here. Okay, and Arrow usually does reversible covers, so let's take a look there. So there's the Isola one. We've got, okay, very cool. We've got some photos. These are high quality too. They actually feel like kind of crisp in the hand there. Okay. Again, I've always stated this before, but especially on these dual discs, I prefer the original artwork that's on the outside of these. I just think they look cooler. Overall, it's just kind of cool to have like an official commissioned artwork, if you will. And they all match then too. So on disc number 2, we have Inugami and St. John's Wort. So we've got the side right there. Released together on the same double bill at the peak of the J-horror boom, the slow-burning art house folk horror of Inugami and the visually innovative stylistics of St. John's Wort, based on a pioneering video game of the same name, present radically different viewing experiences. In Inugami, directed by Masato Harada and selected for competition at the 2001 Berlin International Film Festival, a teacher from Tokyo, Akira, moves to rural Shikoku and finds himself falling for local traditional papermaker Miki. After their burgeoning affair is met with hostility from her extended family, who have long ties to the region and are rumored to be the cursed descendants of the guardians of ancient evil canine spirits. Future Ju-on the Grudge star Megumi Okina plays the art designer for a horror-themed video game in St. John's Wort, directed by Ten Shimayama, who is forced to confront her childhood traumas when her colleagues ask her to gather visual materials from the creepy gothic mansion she's inherited from her estranged father. So, these films both come with a Blu-ray presentation, 5.1 Japanese audio, English subtitles, audio commentary on Inugami by Japanese cinema expert Jonathan Clements, brand new audio commentary on St. John's Wort by Japanese cinema expert Amber T, Dog Days, a brand new video interview with Inugami director Masato Harada, the making of St. John's Wort, archival featurette. It also has an archive interview with St. John's Wort actors Megumi Okina, Yoichiro Saito, Riko Matsuyo, and Koji Okura, as well as on-set behind-the-scenes footage of the filming of St. John's Wort, original trailers and TV spots for St. John's Wort, and image galleries for both films. By the way, I just want to mention here as well, I'm probably butchering a few of these names, and I apologize, but if you have the better way to pronounce it, please let me know. It's okay in the comment section, but like, be respectful. I'm trying my best to make sure that I am respectful and saying these, but yeah, I'm very likely getting some wrong, so I do apologize. The runtime for Inugami is 105 minutes. The runtime for St. John's Wort is 85 minutes. They're both in color, Japanese language, and subtitled in English. So, again, we've got the disc we remove right there. The reverse slip covers. There's the other one, and then we've got more photos. So it looks like each of these discs is going to have some photos, which is really cool. I personally think more stuff included in each film just kind of makes a more interesting experience checking them out. Okay. Up next we have Disc 3 with Carved, the Slit-Mouthed Woman, and Persona. Childhood traumas, schoolyard ghost stories, and domestic violence form the backdrop to two very different reactions to the millennial J-horror wave in Carved, the Slit-Mouthed Woman, and Persona. Based on the Kuchisaki Onna urban legend that emerged in 1970s Japan, Carved sees the predatory supernatural murderess of the title terrorize and traumatize a new generation of young innocents and adults alike, including the recently divorced elementary school teacher Kyoko and her own daughter. However, it seems that home isn't perhaps the safest place for the potential victims of the Slit-Mouthed Woman in this disturbing supernatural horror from Koji Shirashi, director of Noroi and Grotesque. A new craze for wearing ceramic masks initiated as a defense technique by one of the victims of a bullying campaign, sweeps the high school setting of Takashi Komatsu's offbeat Persona. Based on the popular mystery horror novel by Osamu Soda and boasting early appearances from future Battle Royale stars Tatsuya Fujiwara and Chiaki Kuriyama. This, in turn, leads to further violence as a wave of anonymous juvenile delinquency ensues, linked back to the maker of these mysterious masks. This aerial video release marks the first appearance of both films on Blu-ray outside of Japan. So, as before, we have the high-definition Blu-ray presentation, the Japanese 5.1 stereo audio. That's for Carved, and the original stereo audio for Persona. English subtitles, a brand new audio commentary on Carved by Japanese folklore expert Jack Davison. Why So Serious, a brand new interview with Carved director Koji Shirashi. Weapon of Choice, a brand new video essay on Carved by Japanese horror specialist Lindsay Nelson. Confessions of a Mask, a brand new interview with Persona director Takashi Komatsu. And image galleries for both films. Both films, they should say on here as well, Persona contains a sequence of flashing lights that may affect customers who are susceptible to photosensitive epilepsy. Both films are 90 minutes. Both films are in Japanese, and both films have English subtitles. We've got this right here. Pull that off. Those masks are really creepy, so I totally get it. You know what else is pretty creepy too? These postcards. Look at that. That's creepy. Oh, I think these are upside down. It's hard to tell. Yeah, that's creepy. That's creepy. That's also creepy. There's a lot of creepy stuff going on in here. Oh, those masks. Oh, I can't wait. Those masks. Oh, no. This is a wild set. I'm so happy that this set has entered my personal collection, and I can't wait to visit a number of these films. Okay, finally, we have the fourth disc that just has one film, has Noroi, The Curse. Noroi the Curse is an early masterpiece by one-of-a-kind horror director Koji Shirashi, produced by J-horror maestro Takashige Ichise. It sees the horror director experimenting with and refining the found footage and fake documentary format on which he's built a significant global reputation in this gripping tale where urban folklore meets cosmic dread. Masafumi Kobayashi, a documentary maker and an investigative reporter into paranormal phenomenon, is forced to confront horrors beyond his wildest imagination after following a trail of mysterious events unfolding in the mundane settings of suburban Tokyo. The eerie sound of crying babies, the disappearance of a girl with psychic abilities, and a trail of dead pigeons are among the many clues that lead him to learn of an ancient folkloric demon known as Kagutaba. Never officially released internationally at the time it was made, Arrow Video's newly remastered high-definition presentation marks the first home media appearance outside of Japan of a film that has garnered a significant word-of-mouth international cult fandom over the decades and is presented with a bounty of original supplemental material. So, we have the Blu-ray presentation, the Japanese 5.1 in stereo, the English subtitles, a brand new audio commentary by film critic Julian Singleton, director's POV, a brand new video interview with Noroi director Koji Shirashi, The Man in the Shadows, a brand new interview with Noroi producer Takashige Ichise, Changing Perspective, a brand new video essay on Noroi Japanese horror specialist Lindsay Nelson, Ectoplasmic Worms, a new video essay on Noroi and Japanese cosmic horror by Japanese cinema expert Amber T, How to Protect Yourself Against Curses, which doesn't say what it is, but I'll probably have to watch that because you never know. Urgent Report Pursuing the Truth About Kagutaba TV special, and a half hour of deleted scenes, as well as trailer spots, TV spots, and image gallery. Noroi is 115 minutes in full color in Japanese with English subtitles. Still got some lobby cards in there. Okay, so there's that. There's less lobby cards because I'm sure that, and I should point out as well that that's just a blank background right there as well. So there you have that. Okay. And finally, before we close out, there's this right here has a poster. I don't think I'll be able to get this in frame, But let me just check to see. I think it'll be a poster that is essentially the front cover, as you will see, and this very uncomfortable looking image on the back. So there's that included, as well as a booklet. Oh, and there's a better version of that, the other side of that poster. So as you'll see, one poster is this, and one other side is this. So this has in here too, it's got, it's got a bunch of different kind of looks, as well as the cast and crew for the various films. Otherworldly by Eugene Thacker. Chasing the Ghost by Jasper Sharp. The Face of Another, Figures for the Disruption of Identity in 3J Horrors by Anton Bittel. Evil Inaka, Examining Japanese Folk Horror's Place in the Modern Age Through Inagami and Shikoku by Amber T. Shikoku, Shunichi Nagasaki and the Land of the Dead by Mark Player. St. John's Wort, Computer Games Cruelty and Controversy by Jim Harper. Finding Kagotaba, The Fake Urban Legends and Other Pseudo-Documentary Tropes. And some transfer information as well. So, nice little J-Horror Rising book, as well as a nice little collection of films. Probably put the poster back in there for now, because I honestly don't know what I'm going to do with it. So that's Shikoku, Isola, Multiple Personality Girl, Inagami, St. John's Wort, Carved, The Slip-Mouthed Woman, Persona, and Noroi the Curse. 7 films from the J-Horror Rising set from Arrow Video. And there you have it. Back to you in the studio. So there you have it. Thanks again, Unboxing Kyle, for showing us the inside of J-Horror Rising. Hopefully you got a better sense of the collection, the films involved, the special features available on there, and the packaging. Physical media collectors, we get a little bit inside baseball when it comes to breaking down these kinds of things. So I was excited to take a look at it, and I really appreciate you joining me for it as well. Thank you once again. Make sure while you're here to like and subscribe. There are 2 free things you can do to help to support the channel immensely, and it makes sure that you never miss new episodes of the show as they drop. I've heard of a few of the films in this set, but I haven't seen any of them. So if you have, or if there are any you're excited to get, or if you have the set already and you're about to dive in, let me know in the comments section. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the various films you've seen, or the ones that you'd be excited to check out from this set. Make sure you also check out GoatFilmReviews.com for my many written reviews. You can find Goat Film Reviews on Facebook. You can follow me personally at Almighty Goatman on Twitter, Instagram, Letterboxd, Threads, and Blue Sky. And you can find my show, Kyle and Nick on Film, that I co-host with Nick Palachuk from the St. Paul Filmcast. We have new episodes of that show every single week. You can also check out the link in the video description down here for the Minnesota Film Critics Association, of which I'm a member. You can check out other film critics' reviews of new, popular, and classic films, as well as more of my stuff over there as well. Thank you so much for joining me for another unboxing video. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.